I think we all know that there is a tremendous amount out there on anatomy on the internet, and there are a tremendous number of books and other resources as well. And trying to put myself in the shoes of a student, I think it must be very difficult to work out as a student which ones are good and which ones are not so good. And my advice often to students is, whether it's about selecting a book or any other resource, is it's got to be something that suits you. I think you've got to interact with it, you've got to discover whether it works for you. For example, if we think of books, some people like more written descriptions, some people prefer more figures, some people don't like black and white figures, some people like colour figures. So I think that's one thing, you've got to find resources that suit you. But at the same time, you've got to apply a certain amount of critical thought to whether these resources are accurate and appropriate as well. And I think that's where we need to start thinking about this idea of triangulation for learners, where a student needs to be using multiple different resources in order to validate the knowledge that they're gaining. So, for example, if a student were to find a resource on the internet or an app, they're obviously going to need to then compare it with what their curriculum requires, and they're going to need to compare it with the so-called gold standards, the textbooks that we're recommending, for example. And that's not even to say that textbooks are perfect. You can pick up any textbook and you will find errors, and it's just a part of the process of communicating knowledge. There's always going to be errors. So I think, you know, what students really need to do is compare multiple resources and talk to each other as well. Compare ideas, compare notes, talk to each other, and only then are you going to be confident that what you're learning is truly accurate.